Thank you for tuning in back to the Rap Palette, and this is another album review with Rod Wave and his new album Ghetto Gospel, executively produced by Kevin Gates. Um, I was recommended to do this album by the Fresh Sounds page. Y'all go, link is in the description. Check them out. They support local hip hop in Florida, and they bring you all new music from all emerging artists from different areas of the state of Florida. So I wasn't too familiar with Rob Wave. I had got put onto his mixtape Hunger Games series from 1 to 3. And the music was cool. The music was cool. He had some tracks. His soulfulness, him being able to hit notes, and him being able to hit certain things. But when I was recommended to listen to this album, I listened to it on my way to work, and I was like, yo, I had to do a review on this. The album, it's in itself, and y'all might hear me say this a lot, and I mean this to the point that sonically, it flows. He hits certain notes. He's able to bring certain type of topics that resonates to a lot of people. As far as pain, I can feel the pain in his music. I can hear the subject matter, the things that he's talking about. How's he reference how his daddy went to prison, his mom went and had got remarried, his uncle taking him in, his uncle went to prison, and him being out there alone, hitting the street life. This is an album that I could play for any ghetto kid. And trust me when I say this, I mean this to the utmost sincerity. There's barely any cursing on this album. Barely any cursing on this album. Barely. When I say barely, barely. He does curse, but I just think the subject matter is not so damaging enough that kids cannot listen to this. And I'm talking about kids who are a little bit more street smarts. Honestly, I would play this for anybody. That's how confident I feel about this album. But I do want to go over some things too. He's 19 years old from St. Petersburg, Florida. Which we would technically consider Central Florida. Is that corridor that is conjunction with Orlando, Ocala, and these places where artists like Glock 9, YNW Melly are emerging from, and other artists that are come from these little areas. But the fact of the matter is that the content that he's putting out is so profound and so dignifying, and I want to even just salute him. You know what I say, Rap Palette fans, stream that boy album, help him get his money. I support every artist who's coming out streaming. Help that boy get his money, because when you putting out music that's positive, that can definitely hit a point, it's most definitely that we need to support him. He's our beloved, especially being a Florida native. I'm definitely going to support him. Now, another thing is too, there's one particular song that stood out to me with Soldier Life. It was an homage to Soldier Slim from No Limit, which it's hard to maintain soldier life mentality if it be a tragedy. It's right, slap me up with handguns and told me. So he did do a couple play on words on that, which I was very surprised about that, because he's only 19, so just for him to acknowledge Soldier Slim and to just it's hard for me to say this, but the music is nice. The music is nice. The music is nice. I don't want to see the go off beat here and in the tangent. But I also want to say that I also want to give a props to Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates executive produced the album. He fine-tuned the sound, gave Rod Wave a direction where he wanted to go. And you can hear some of the similarities between him and Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates is one of Rod Wave's favorite artists. He started listening to him after he started listening to Kanye West. One of Rod Wave's favorite albums is The College Dropout, which his brother introduced him to him. So his start in music is very it's I say it's remarkable because it's not like no other. It's not no old gangster tale or something like that. But he does come from a honorable mention that needs to be acknowledged. You know, I think the album is cohesive. I think the tracks on there is nice. This is an album that I could think you can listen front and back. So this is my album review on Rod Wave. Peace.